Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to San Jose, California, and welcome to Friday Night SmackDown. We are going to go ahead and open up with the WWE Champion John Cena was successfully able to defend his championship against Uncle Howdy. A lot of things happened there. We're going to go ahead and hear this man out. I'm here to say I'm sorry. Sorry to the WWE Universe for these last couple of months. I turned my back on the people that loved me, that made me. See, Uncle Howdy, R-Truth, the Wyatt Six, your guys' messages really did hit hard. Uncle Howdy, as well, very clearly showing mercy at Saturday night's main event, when he could have easily beaten me and became WWE Champion, but he showed mercy. This reminded me that I started this not for titles or for the money, but because of the people. Sure, the gold titles and the money was nice, but that will all eventually go away. What won't are these memories, like the ones left behind by Bray Wyatt. Thank you, Uncle Howdy, Wyatt Six, R-Truth, for making this clear and reminding me of who I truly am and why I did this in the first place. Thank you for having your messages be strong and clear, and thank you for not giving up on me. Now again, I want to apologize to each and every single one of you guys here, those people at home. As tough as this is for me to go ahead and say that I was wrong, in order to truly be forgiven, in order to truly move ahead, I must do it. See, I always claim hustle, loyalty, and respect, but I wasn't hustle for I cheated and took shortcuts. I wasn't loyalty because I turned my back on the people who never gave up on me. And I wasn't respect because of the dumb actions I took. Overall, the last couple of months have been a mess. Winning the 17th championship, the most of all time, was great, but not at the cost of my soul and at the cost of losing all of you and having to turn my back on you guys. So I hope you guys are able to forgive me and allow me to come back as my true self. With that, it is time to recover what I have lost. I want my soul back. So to the shiny bald head, final boss, The Rock, calling you out. At Bash in Berlin, I put the title that you gave me on the line, and you put my soul, which I gave you, on the line, where the winner takes it all. If I win, I keep the title and I get my soul back. And if you win, you get the title. You get to pick your champion, and I'll work for you. I'll be a slave for you until the day I die. So sure, you can go ahead and win and pick your champion, keep my soul, doing whatever I want, but oh, trust me, my soul is gonna come back. My life will come back. I will come back to the WWE Universe. And afterwards, once I do beat you, oh, you bald fraud, you better stay away from me and all of WWE. Oh my days. What a way to kick off and start Friday Night SmackDown. You have heard it, folks. The WWE Champion, John Cena, is back. He has issued an apology. I don't know about you guys. I forgive him. Welcome back, John Cena. He has finally awoken from this slump of being heel. And well, he wants to go ahead and recover everything that he has lost, and he has called out The Rock, Dwayne Johnson, the final boss, for a match at Bash in Berlin. His title, his soul, on the line. Winner takes all. I guess we're going to have to wait and see if the final boss responds to this or if it's set in stone, but what a banger of a match that could go ahead and be for Berlin. Oh, that is exciting. Hoping to hear from The Rock, Dwayne Johnson, the final boss, very soon. Hopefully, that match is confirmed. What a way to go ahead and kick off Friday Night SmackDown. But now, into our first match of the night. This whole thing has been a mess. We have a hate triangle between Aleister Black, Kevin Owens, Carmelo Hayes. Both Kevin Owens and Carmelo hate Aleister Black. They want to beat him up. Oh, but they don't want to do it at the same time. They each want to have their turn. So Kevin Owens is the veteran, says, Carmelo, wait your turn, you'll have it. Carmelo says yes. Or so we thought, because then he attacks Kevin Owens backstage. That's how this match was set up. Both men want to beat up Aleister Black, but alongside with it, they're also beating each other up. They're also having problems with each other. And here tonight, they'll look to go ahead and settle that out here tonight. We have Carmelo Hayes and Kevin Owens opening up Friday Night SmackDown. We already heard from John Cena. Again, hopefully we are able to hear from The Rock Dwayne Johnson. That would be incredible if we are able to see The Rock Dwayne Johnson, the final boss, against John Cena, WWE Championship on the line, as well as John Cena's soul. Could be a match at Bash in Berlin. But again, we're going to have to wait for the confirmation and see what the final boss has to say. John Cena said, once I beat you, better stay away from me and all of the WWE, meaning he doesn't want anybody else's soul getting taken away. Well, we'll have to see what happens with that, as we are going to go ahead and move in to our first match of the night. We have Kevin Owens up against Carmelo Hayes. Him here in our opening match. We have a nice little Friday Night SmackDown set up for you guys. It's opening up with this spectacular of a match. Aleister Black is probably watching this match, laughing, saying, both of these guys want to beat me up, but instead they're beating each other up. Aleister Black really just, basically saving himself from a big old beating from either of these guys, simply because, Kevin Owens, thinking he's the veteran, can go ahead and just push off Carmelo Hayes, and Carmelo Hayes, not respecting the veteran, pushing off Kevin Owens. If both men just waited a week, this week could have been Kevin Owens versus Aleister Black, next week Carmelo versus Aleister Black, would have been done, would have been good, but no. These guys want to go ahead and both be stubborn, both as a veteran. You should know better. And as a bit of a younger guy, compared to Kevin Owens, you should know better than to, you got to respect your elders. And boom, problem solved. Everything's all good and jolly. No need for this hate triangle, but now, of course, things can't be that simple here within the WWE. Well, at the moment, it is Kevin Owens who is absolutely getting his butt rocked. Carmelo Hayes has been able to do some enormous damage onto Kevin Owens. As a nice little frog splash right there by Carmelo Hayes, continuing to do some big damage onto Kevin Owens right there. It's Carmelo Hayes now staring at Kevin Owens. At least he was, and so he finally decided it was time to get back on the attack. That's a split second was enough for Kevin Owens to go ahead and recharge, though, as he's quickly able to counter Carmelo Hayes right there. Now finally the opportunity for Kevin Owens to go ahead and get on the attack. He's going to go ahead and look for the pinfall. One quick kick out by Carmelo Hayes. Kevin Owens is going to have to do a lot more than that in order to be able to put Carmelo Hayes away. As Kevin Owens, though, is already charged up. That is one man, former world champion. He has been at the top of the WWE for a reason. Carmelo Hayes with a big opportunity here tonight if he is able to get the victory over Kevin Owens. But then again, it's going to be very difficult for him to even get it in the first place because of just how experienced and how much Kevin Owens has been within this industry, how much he's won, how much he's done. It is going to be a very difficult match for Carmelo Hayes, as Kevin Owens right here switching things around. Big stomps straight onto the chest of Carmelo Hayes. Big damage being done right here now. Kevin Owens going to go ahead and charge up, looking to put an end to this match. Carmelo Hayes hit by a big stunner, and that has to be it. There is no way Carmelo kicks out of this. Yes! What? Carmelo Hayes kicking out. Kevin Owens, though, is not finishing out. Climbs the top ropes. Big splash, but nobody home. Carmelo Hayes able to move out of the way right there now. Picking up, slamming down. Kevin Owens, Carmelo Hayes for the victory. 1, 2. But no. Kevin Owens still able to kick out. This match is starting to pile up. We're starting to move up. Match was starting a little bit slow where it was mostly Carmelo Hayes, a little bit of Kevin Owens, but things are starting to move crazy right here as Carmelo Hayes with a nice block right there off of the middle rope, now sending Kevin Owens flying, trying to meet him with a clothesline, not able to fully make full contact right there. Second time is the charm. Able to hit a nice little clothesline onto Kevin Owens. Now into the little frog splash, looking for the pinfall. 1, 2. Another kick out at 2 by Kevin Owens. However, it is still Carmelo Hayes who is in control. Kevin Owens right here is able to kick out and escape the hold of Carmelo Hayes. Big boot to the face of Carmelo, and finally an opportunity for Kevin Owens to be able to get on the attack. He has seemed quite slow, quite sloppy here in this opening match, as Carmelo Hayes moves out of the way before Kevin Owens can even reach him. As I was just saying, just a little too slow physically for Carmelo Hayes, and maybe that's the age within Kevin Owens. He obviously had that nasty neck injury, was miraculously able to come back to the ring in a crazy time when people expected him to simply just retire, but even though he has semi healed from his injuries, to be able to get back inside of the ring, he is older now. He is a step slower. That experience is there, but sometimes your mind knows what to do. Your body just cannot handle, and that may be what's going on here tonight, because Carmelo Hayes is about 3 seconds from going ahead and pinning and beating Kevin Owens. No, not yet, as Kevin Owens able to escape right there. Carmelo Hayes able to move out of the way of Kevin Owens' attack once again, looking for the pinfall. 2, 3, and there it is. Kevin Owens had that one last bit of energy. Nobody home. Carmelo Hayes taking advantage of it. Here tonight we see the youngster taking home a huge victory over Kevin Owens. And now surely that means that he is up next to go ahead and face Aleister Black and put away the one guy who humiliated him, absolutely humiliated him when he was alongside with The Miz as a sort of tag team. But who knows, with this little hate triangle, this thing could go on all the way till WrestleMania 69, because damn, these guys are stubborn as hell. But a phenomenal, great opening match and a big victory for Carmelo Hayes. Congratulations to the youngster on a big win over Kevin Owens. And up next we have some tag team action. Up first, the Motor City Machine Guns. These guys have made it clear in the interview they want to be the next World Tag Team Champions no matter what. In their interview, I was lucky to be the interviewee, speaking to both Alex Shelley and Chris Sabin, and I asked them what their goal was towards this end of 2025, and they said to me, whether it's at the end of 2025, beginning of 2026, whenever the case may be, we don't want the title going from Los Reyes to any other team. It's going to go from Los Reyes to us. Whether that means we have to get involved with other matches, whether that means we have to go ahead and take the titles off right now, whatever it means, we want to be the next champions. So Alex Shelley, Chris Sabin making it very clear they are on the search for the titles. Of course, all tag teams are, but they are determined. They don't care about the AAA tag team titles. They don't care about the TNA tag team titles. They don't care about anything else. They want to take off the titles that are currently being held by Los Reyes, Rey Mysterio, and Rey Fenix. And well, their opponents during this interview already having that rivalry to say with the Motor City Machine Guns, said, well, we know a little bit about beating Rey Mysterio and Rey Fenix. Maybe not when it comes to tag team title matches, but definitely when it comes to regular tag team. So we're able to get that one victory right before SummerSlam. They said, we'll show you. You guys are not ready, and that's how we got this match here tonight. DIY against the Motor City Machine Guns. Some tag team action. Not necessarily a number one contenders match, but definitely you win this match, you can kind of hold on to this in the future and say, oh, no. You're going to name them number one contenders, but we beat so-and-so. It's a good, what's the word? Completely just brain fart. Anyhow, let's go ahead and begin this match. Tommaso Ciampa, Alex Shelley starting the match off for us. Chris Sabin, Johnny Gargano, the not legal superstars at the moment. As we have DIY, the Motor City Machine Guns, in this tag team bout match. And it's Tommaso Ciampa starting off with some big damage straight to the face and body of Alex Shelley. Also trying to attack Chris Sabin. However, Chris Sabin is able to counter now. Tommaso Ciampa, due to that distraction of trying to attack Chris Sabin, allows Alex Shelley to be able to get back into this match and now be able to get on the attack. Big knee straight to the head of Tommaso Ciampa. Now looking to damage the left leg of Tommaso Ciampa. Is able to do so. Big damage right there is Alex Shelley now off of the top ropes, trying to make a splash and a big impact onto Mr. Ciampa, but Tommaso Ciampa, Triple H, looking like R-Truth said. Able to move out of the way right there is tag made to Johnny Gargano as quickly he is falling straight onto the attack by Alex Shelley, who's going to go ahead and look for a quick pinfall. One. Not even one. As Johnny Gargano is able to kick out very quickly right there. Of course, barely got tagged in, so gonna need a lot more to go ahead and put him down. Maybe the surprise factor could have played in him losing right there, but I think Johnny Gargano's a lot more experienced and professional when it comes to those things, to not go ahead and lose right when he's tagged in, especially this early on to the matches. Tommaso Ciampa trying to gain a slight advantage right there, throwing a nice little punch onto Alex Shelley that does allow Johnny Gargano to go ahead and go on the attack. Big missile drop kick. Now is Johnny Gargano looking for the pinfall. Kick out at one by Alex Shelley. It's Alex Shelley now having to go kind of on the outside of the ring, having to use the ropes in order to get himself up. And he is sent out flying by Johnny Gargano, who celebrates in the middle of the ring. Now tag made to Tommaso Ciampa. At the moment, it is DIY who are in control. Chris Sabin, who has not been tagged in this match just yet, being attacked. Tommaso Ciampa trying to recreate the celebration that Johnny Gargano had just moments ago. Unfortunately for him, that distraction allowed Alex Shelley to be able to get back into this match and on the attack. A kick out of one right there, according to the ref. I think I counted two inside my head, but good thing I'm not the referee. Then a big DDT by Alex Shelley as tag has finally been made to Chris Sabin. First time in this match, and that he is a legal superstar. Quickly, he is countered as a diamond cutter from Tommaso Ciampa. Big stomps, a double X handle is blocked right there as Chris Sabin now trying to get on the attack, looking for the pinfall potentially right there. No. Rather instead, Tommaso Ciampa able to break free, go ahead and making the attack to Johnny Gargano. Chris Sabin slipping up his attack, now allowing Johnny Gargano to be able to get on the attack. Nice damage done right there. Chris Sabin instantly getting up, but quickly met by a big DDT from Johnny Gargano. Not able to go ahead and get on the attack. Instead, Johnny Gargano with a big drop, now looking for the pinfall. Can he go ahead and get the victory here? One, two. Kick out at two by Chris Sabin, able to lift up his left shoulder just in time. However, as he gets up, Johnny Gargano is already meeting him, sending him straight into the turnbuckle. Johnny Gargano going to go ahead and climb the middle ropes, looking to fly as Chris Sabin was crawling to Alex Shelley, looking for the tag, not able to get it done. Instead, it is Johnny Gargano interrupting that tag and dislocating the right arm of Chris Sabin. Now looking to deal some damage right there onto the legs of Chris Sabin. Chris is able to counter at least for a moment as almost instantly it is back to Johnny Gargano on the attack, sending Chris Sabin straight into the referee. I'm not sure if that was on purpose or not. Nevertheless, our referee did take some damage right there, and tag has been made. Alex Shelley, now the legal superstar, Johnny Gargano, is going to still be able to hit a nice little DDT off of the middle rope. I'm not sure how Alex Shelley didn't see him. One, two, no. Almost two, but able to kick out at one. Tag made now to Tommaso Ciampa. It is Alex Shelley, Tommaso Ciampa inside of the ring. The gentlemen who went ahead and begun this match for us both back inside of the ring, and it is Tommaso Ciampa who is starting off hot, doing some big damage onto Alex Shelley, trying to swing at Chris Sabin as well, able to make contact right there. Once again, Tommaso Ciampa very smartly attacking both members of the Motor City Machine Guns, whether they're legal or not, so that when Chris Sabin is legal, he's already weakened, he's already nice and tired, and gives DIY that advantage. However, Alex Shelley trying to switch things around, using the rope very nicely now, looking for the pinfall. Is this enough to win the match? Yes, it is. The Motor City Machine Guns, almost out of nowhere, able to get the victory. It was DIY who were in control for a majority of the time, but out of nowhere, Alex Shelley using the ropes, a nice little, I don't even know what you call it, a nice little finisher is what you call it. Tommaso Ciampa not able to kick out. He was fighting there, which meant he did have some energy left to be able to kick out, but I think, maybe just wind got blown out of him, not enough, wrong place, wrong time. Nevertheless, the winners, the result, sees the Motor City Machine Guns winning. And that puts them a step closer onto their goal of becoming World Tag Team Champions. We next up have Jade Cargill. She has something she wants to go ahead and say. Let's go ahead and hear her out. Bianca Belair, I'm sure you want an opponent for Evolution. Well, guess what? I'm here. I'm going to go ahead and call you out and say if you want a match, because I know you need one. I want a match too. I want to take that title from you and become Women's WWE Champion. Well, you go and just talk. You think you can just call out shots and just out of nowhere earn yourself a title shots? Now, I know you're still kind of new here, but I thought you were a little smarter in their head than to know that you just call out your shots and get stuff, especially in this women's division. So how about instead me and you, #1 contenders match next week? You know what? Let's do it. So it seems as though we have just set up a #1 contenders match next week. You have Naomi, Jade Cargill, who are going to battle it out next week for the #1 contenders match, where the winner go ahead and face Bianca Belair, our current women's WWE champion, at the women's only PLE Evolution. That's going to be a tricky match because, of course, Friday night SmackDown and then Evolution's on Sunday, which gives the winner of that #1 contenders match about 24 hours to rest, because, Evolution is on Sunday, but you got to get to the arena early. You got to start warming up early, Well, it's going to be tricky. It is going to be tricky for whoever wins to go ahead and be Bianca Belair because of the circumstances. You already have to get through your opponents and become the #1 contender, and then have one day off and jump straight into a championship match against the current champion, Bianca Belair. That is going to be dangerous, but we'll go ahead and see what happens. That's to come next week on SmackDown. For now, we're going to go ahead and see Piper Niven representing the Green Regime, the Secret Harvest, accompanied by Alba Fire and Chelsea Green, facing off against La Reina de Reinas, Triple H champion, Fabi Apache. Fabi Apache still undefeated here on WWE, as we've been seeing a lot of Triple H superstars showcasing their talents here within WWE as we prepare for Saturday Night Carnage, that coming still in a couple of weeks, where Triple H superstars and WWE superstars will go ahead and clash, titles on the line for both brands, both superstars battling it out. And we've been able to see a good taste from Triple H superstars, a majority of them able to get victories in most of their matches. There has been a couple where they've been slipping, caught off guard, fortunately lost, or maybe just that certain WWE superstar is better than them. And surely those who have won their matches against Triple H superstars, who a majority of them are champions, will go ahead and earn themselves championship matches. As we go ahead and begin this match right here, Fabi Apache against Piper Niven, which, of course, as much as Fabi Apache is the Reina de Reinas Triple H champion, which, as far as I know, as far as what I've learned and heard, is basically the equivalent to a women's world championship here on WWE grounds, the same as women's WWE championship, same as the women's World Championship, just the AAA equivalent. So as much as she is a world champion over a AAA, defending, holding that championship, Piper Niven has one thing right here, home ground. Not only is WWE SmackDown her home ground, she also has the numbers game with Alba Fire and Chelsea Green. As we see right there, Alba Fire removing the padding off of the turnbuckle now. Oh! Just as I was talking about it, Fabi Apache sent straight into the unpadded turnbuckle now, looking for the pinfall. Piper Niven not able to get the victory just yet, as it is Fabi Apache being able to kick out right there at one now, countering things as she looks to go ahead and return the favor, sending Piper Niven straight into the unpadded turnbuckle. But as I was saying, is Chelsea Green now having some words with Fabi Apache. Piper Niven does have the numbers game within this match, which could be very, very crucial, as Piper Niven just watches right there. Finally, when she decides to go ahead and try to do some damage, it is too late. Fabi Apache has already finished her a little catch-up conversation with Chelsea Green. Nevertheless, Piper Niven is able to get on the attack right there, doing some big damage. She is not done, as Piper Niven looking to sit down on Fabi Apache. Big damage done right there. Piper Niven is not finished, as Fabi Apache rolls outside of the ring. Now we see Alba Fire and Chelsea Green showing no mercy. Uh-oh. I think I just saw... Oh, now both Alba Fire and Chelsea Green throwing punches at Fabi Apache. That's going to go ahead and gets both of them ejected 100%, as Piper Niven looks for the pinfall. 1, 2. Still able to kick out at 2. But both Alba Fire and Chelsea Green have been ejected from the match. And just as we were talking about, the one advantage that Piper Niven had inside of this match was that numbers game. That has been deleted. That has been removed. And now it is all fair game. And instead, now it is Fabi Apache who has the advantage, simply because she's a world champion. She has that experience. She isn't going to have anyone messing with her. It is Piper Niven versus her one-on-one. No more need to worry about Chelsea Green or Alba Fire, as Fabi Apache with a big Superman punch. And she is still not finished. Piper Niven sent straight into the ref. I do believe that was on accident. Big boot to the face of Piper Niven. This may be lights out for her. 1. Oh, very smart from Piper Niven, knowing she wasn't going to be able to kick out of this. Instead, grabs the ropes. Referee sees that, calls a rope break. Some smart IQ play from Piper Niven, knowing that was a lot of damage taken. It was going to cost her a little too much to be able to kick out. Instead, it grabs the rope. Luckily for her, the referee did see that. What isn't lucky is the fact that Fabi Apache has just been hit with a second win. I mean, not even a second win. I don't even know what you call it. Basically, it is Chelsea Green and Alba Fire getting ejected. That has awakened Fabi Apache, and ever since then, Piper Niven has just been completely shut down. And now Fabi Apache pulling out some great moves right here as she looks to send Piper Niven into the ropes. Instead, countered by Piper Niven, who is able to get a nice little crossbody. Happy to see that Piper Niven still is in this match, and all hope has not yet been lost for Piper Niven. However, hope may be lost for Fabi Apache, as, oh no! Never mind, Piper Niven trying to look for the finish. Instead of Fabi Apache able to move out of the way. Now a second Superman punch. There is no way Piper Niven kicks out of this. 1. Oh, she has. Piper Niven able to kick out, but now, oh, a second boot. Piper Niven, just when we thought she had a chance. Oh no, not enough for the AAA Reina de Reinas champion Fabi Apache, who was able to go ahead and get a big victory over Piper Niven. Chelsea Green and Alba Fire tried to help Piper Niven, got themselves ejected, and after that, it was just all down here for Piper Niven and all uphill. Or I guess the easier it would be. Basically, Piper Niven went down, Alba Fire went up. No, hold on. Piper Niven went down, Fabi Apache went up and went ahead to win the match. Too much names when only 2 of them are in the match. Makes it too confusing. But next up, we have the AAA World Cruiserweight Champion, Laredo Kid. He's going to go ahead and face off against a other Mexican, formerly part of AAA, has officially signed with WWE to be part of the WWE roster. Saw him debut over at was it Clash at the Castle? Ooh, it has been a while since then. Time has passed. None other than Mr. What was his name? Oh shoot, I'm completely stumped here tonight. I actually forgot his name. Okay, I remembered. I checked the notes. Drago. I apologize, Drago, for forgetting your name. I mean, I work Monday Night Raw, Tuesday Night NXT, Wednesday Night Evolve, Friday Night SmackDown, all the PLEs. There's so many superstars. My apologies. I'm bound to forget. I mean, you have to rotate between Drago, Laredo Kid, Penta, Randy Orton, to then Cappuccino Joe. I mean, it is just such a vast variety of superstars all over the WWE roster. So my apologies if you end up forgetting some names and messing some up, as I also just did with Fabi Apache, calling her Alba Fire for a sec. So, my apologies. Drago, here tonight, facing off against the AAA Cruiserweight Champion. And of course, as I say about all the superstars who face AAA champions, if they win in their match, surely they go ahead and earn themselves a title opportunity. So here tonight, Laredo Kid, no title on the line, but again, if Drago is able to get that pinfall, is able to get the victory, you can definitely make a big fight, a big case for a championship opportunity. As we go ahead and begin this match, Laredo Kid up against Drago. As a reminder, not this weekend, not tomorrow or the day after that, but rather the week after that, on Saturday, we're going to go ahead and have Bash at Berlin. And then, on Sunday, we'll have the women's only PLE. That's to come, not again this weekend, but rather the weekend after that. And of course, as I was talking about earlier, we have been seeing a lot of AAA superstars. Saturday night's Carnage, where AAA and WWE fully collide. That's still about to come soon, within the next couple of weeks. Well, now we go ahead and put our focus on this match, as Laredo Kid could have been beat right there. Fortunately for him, he is able to kick out, but at the moment it is Drago. Again, my apologies for forgetting his name, but it is Drago who is on the attack. And not showing any mercy to Laredo Kid. Both of these guys have already had multiple matches over in AAA. They know each other well. They've had their feuds, their battles, and here tonight, it looks like Drago is not here for a family reunion. He's not here to see an old friend and have a good time. He is here to go ahead and get the victory. Drago wants titles, whether that's WWE titles, whether that's AAA titles. He wants gold. Things are about checks and championships, as my boy Booker T says. Drago is definitely one of those superstars who truly believes in that checks and championships. And if he beats Laredo Kid here tonight, he gets the opportunity to go ahead and get some of those championships, as he would more likely than not earn himself a title match, whether that's at Saturday night's Carnage or some other time. However, Laredo Kid looking to go ahead and win the match, looking to do some nice damage to the back right there of Drago. Was in pain for quite a bit, and just on his back. And Laredo Kid now not stopping, big kicks and a big missile drop kick as well. Now climbing the top ropes, Laredo Kid looking to fly in a big splashes. Maybe it is Drago, maybe out. No, he is able to kick out at 2. However, Laredo Kid has quickly switched things around. Just when we thought it was going to be Drago, does look up for the quick roll-up pin right there. Not able to get it done. However, a huge kick right there by Drago. Big splash now. Been, I was going to say quite 50-50 match, but I don't know. It's been not in favor of someone or the other, but also hasn't been 50-50. Drago may be able to get the victory. 2, 3, and Drago has done it. He has just beaten the AAA Cruiserweight Champion. Now, as I say, surely this means that he will have himself a title opportunity against Laredo Kid. Congratulations for Drago for being able to go ahead and beat Laredo Kid. And maybe we'll be seeing Drago and Laredo Kid run it back at Saturday Night Carnage. But up next, it is time for our main event of the night. Now, a little backstory to this. Of course, Solo Sikoa was able to become the new United States champion at SummerSlam by beating Jacob Fatu. He introduced JC Mateo. He defended his title against Ilya Dragunov. Well, after that Saturday night's main event at the press conference, I don't remember exactly who asked Solo Sikoa, but they had asked something about earlier this year, your brother Jey Uso, when he was World Heavyweight Champion, defended the title against you. How would it feel to defend that title against one of your brothers? Solo said this: I would feel sad because I would have to beat them, demolish them, and embarrass them. After that, he would go ahead and leave. Well, Jimmy Uso did not take that too lightly, and over on social media, he was ranting a lot about Solo Sikoa. Our GM saw this as an opportunity to go ahead and book a nice little match. So here tonight, unfortunately for us, we do not see Solo Sikoa against Jimmy Uso. Instead, Solo Sikoa, being the scared little wuss that he is, has sent one of his minions to fight Jimmy Uso here tonight. So it is Solo Sikoa, accompanied by his bloodline Tama Tonga Loa and JC Mateo, but he won't be fighting in this match. Instead, it is going to be Tama Tonga. So, could say it is Tama Tonga coming out, accompanied by Solo Sikoa, Tonga Loa, and JC Mateo. Harsh words from Solo Sikoa. Jimmy Uso wants to go ahead and attack Solo Sikoa, but again, frightened a little bit by big brother Jimmy. So instead here, we see one of the many hooligans of Solo Sikoa taking his place. And, well, I guess if Jimmy Uso closes his eyes and just imagines it's Solo, he can still feel a little good about beating the crap out of his opponent. So here tonight in the main event, we have Tama Tonga up against Jimmy Uso. This is the main event here tonight. And we have some big, huge breaking news as I'm reading the notification here off of my phone. We will hear from the final boss, The Rock, Dwayne Johnson, next Friday on SmackDown about what John Cena had to say about him. So it is confirmed. Next Friday we will hear from the final boss, and potentially might be able to confirm that championship versus Soul winner takes all battle at Bash at Berlin. Some exciting news for next week, but for now we go ahead and focus on this match as Jimmy Uso, Tama Tonga are going to go ahead and begin this match, our main event here tonight. Of course, as I always speak about those people who have so much people in their corner, they have a numbers game advantage. How much does this help Tama Tonga? He has JC Mateo, Solo Sikoa, and then his brother Tonga Loa. As Solo Sikoa already trying to get involved. So my answer to that question is it helps him a lot. As great as a superstar that Jimmy Uso is, as much as he's a multiple time tag team champion, 4 versus 1, it's not going to be fair. But Jimmy Uso does not seem to be scared, attacking Solo Sikoa, sending Tonga Loa inside of the ring, now attacking JC Mateo as well. Solo Sikoa finally attacking back. I mean, if you wanted to attack back, you should have taken the freaking match, because now you have just been ejected. And look at Jimmy Uso just laughing in the face of Solo Sikoa, who has just been ejected from the match, evening things out a little bit more for himself, as now it is just Tonga Loa and JC Mateo who can go ahead and get involved. But quickly, Jimmy Uso showing he is not afraid to go 4v1 against Solo Sikoa and his bloodline. He is ready to go ahead and fight whoever, whenever, whether it's Solo Sikoa or one of his hooligans, or all 4 at the same time, as he did right there However, he does have a match ahead of him. As much as he does want to go ahead and fight all the other superstars outside of the ring, he has to go ahead and focus on Tama Tonga and winning this match, especially if he's still desperate to go ahead and shut up little brother Solo on all the ranting and all the talking he was doing. So Jimmy Uso's going to still have to go ahead and get the victory here tonight. I'm sure he can continue to go ahead and attack on the outside of the ring if he wishes. You do you. Seems as though it's working for you. But of course, as I said, just go ahead and still get the victory. As we see Tonga Loa sending in a kendo stick. How about we eject him too? JC Mateo, I do feel a little bit bad for him. He has not gotten really involved in much matches. Sure, he's had his little trickiness here and there, but definitely the least problematic out of Solo Sikoa's bloodline. I guess, you hang out with these monsters, you're going to be treated like one too, whether you are one or whether you're a nice, sweet old lady. If you hang out with Solo Sikoa, you're about to be seen like a hooligan, as Jimmy Uso right there taking it to town against JC Mateo. Jimmy Uso now, was about to be hit by a big knee from Tama Tonga. Unfortunately, though, Tama Tonga is able to move out of the way. And oh, look at this. JC Mateo sent straight into the prime bottle. Tonga Loa missing the splash, and Tama Tonga missing the splash. Tonga Loa sent flying at the moment. Solo Sikoa did say he wanted to embarrass, or would embarrass, either of his siblings if it came to defending his title against them. But at the moment, it is Jimmy Uso who is instead embarrassing Tama Tonga, Tonga Loa. JC Mateo already embarrassed Solo Sikoa, who has been ejected. This whole bloodline of Solo Sikoa is being embarrassed by one singular Uso. As big kick right there, and now Tonga Loa not happy about what has been happening. Talking some big smack right there to Jimmy Uso. Jimmy not going to let that slide. He is talking back and making sure that Tonga Loa does not just leave with a little bit of a verbal warning. Instead, some more attack as he is sent straight into the commentator's table. JC Mateo watches as he's a little frightened by this. And now grabbing the kendo stick. Oh my days, Jimmy Uso using the kendo stick onto Tonga Loa. Of course, this isn't going to cause a disqualification because neither of these guys are in the match. Now onto JC Mateo again as the kendo stick has been broken. Referee's count got to 6 right there. As Jimmy Uso went ahead and went back inside of the ring now. Tama Tonga looking for the pinfall quickly. Kicking out is Jimmy Uso. Well, again, as I was saying, he is a man who is embarrassing this whole bloodline. Solo Sikoa and all of his hooligans, both inside the match and those who are outside. However, it has been quite a distraction for Jimmy Uso attacking all those guys on the outside, which has allowed Tama Tonga to still be in this match, attacking as he is at the moment. Big stomp right there to Jimmy Uso. As Jimmy now gonna have to look for something big right here if he wants to make a comeback. Is able to counter right there into a nice little DDT. And now it is back to Jimmy Uso getting on the attack, charging up. What's he gonna look to do? Is Jimmy Uso with a big kick. Not done as he hits a second. Jimmy Uso now stares down Tama Tonga, who slowly gets up, is now sent straight into the turnbuckle, slammed down. And now we see Tonga Loa maybe trying to do something there. Well, Jimmy Uso going to go ahead and run away from the problems. Instead, Jimmy Uso wants to go ahead and hit the frog splash. And if he looks for the pinfall, this may be it for Tama Tonga. Well, not yet. As Jimmy Uso is going to look for a little bit more. The referee distracted Jimmy Uso looking for the pinfall. Not yet either. Oh, Jimmy Uso isn't finished. He wants to hit a third frog splash. Referee distracted. Nevertheless, this time Tama Tonga able to move out of the way. Third time was not the charm. Instead, it was a charm for Tama Tonga. Quickly, though, he is back to getting brutally attacked as Jimmy Uso back on the attack instead. And now Tonga Loa has officially been ejected out of the match. And of course, we talked about it earlier. JC Mateo, the least problematic. So, as much as he's still, able to be there for Tama Tonga, the likelihood of him getting involved to me is quite low. He hasn't been quite problematic just yet. do believe Solo Sikoa is still messing with his mind as his time here in WWE is still quite early. However, I'm still surprised Tama Tonga was able to move out of the way of that third frog splash. Taking 2 and still being able to move out of the way and that quickly. Well, 4th time in. Oh, Tama Tonga able to move out of the way yet again. He is now hyped up as he has been able to deny Jimmy Uso the third actual frog splash that has connected. Has tried for 2, has hit 2, 50% accuracy, 50% completion off of that as Tama Tonga was looking to put the match away, not able to do so. Instead, Jimmy Uso sends him flying outside of the ring, now landing straight onto the head of Tama Tonga. Jimmy Uso does take some big damage right there, but is able to still make some contact with Tama Tonga, attacking JC Mateo once again. And now the referee's count is going to go ahead and start building up closer to 10. Tama Tonga is probably going to go ahead and beat it as it is barely at 5. Goes ahead and hops inside of the ring, quickly met by a big clothesline. Jimmy Uso now big boot to the face of Tama Tonga, and another. As Tama Tonga's head maybe an open wound right there, and if there wasn't, well, Jimmy Uso certainly is trying to make that bigger as he looks to get the win by submission. Tama Tonga taps. Jimmy Uso has won the match, embarrassing Solo Sikoa and all of his bloodline here tonight in the main events. Congratulations to Jimmy Uso for such a big victory, and do think after this can go ahead and start searching for that Solo Sikoa match to prove that he won't be embarrassed. Congratulations to Jimmy Uso. Thank you so much for tuning in. We'll see you all next time.